Personal with your subject as a photographer. That takes on a whole new meaning when you're talking about famous wildlife photographer David Yarrow, who joins us this morning. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
You came in town, what, yesterday?
2 days ago.
Okay, you've had several different events, and we're going to talk about those events coming up because you've got a huge display that that's traveling around with you. But first, I want to take a look at your photos because they are crazy. Take a look. We're going to start with the Siberians. Amazing. And what's even more fascinating to me is how you set up for these photos. I mean, you're right in front of these guys, right?
Yeah, this was in China. It was about -30 degrees. I'm in a cage. They're not in a cage. So it's the kind of opposite of a zoo. But the way that we got the tigers, Siberian tigers, to look at me was chickens. And I had an
Wait, chickens?
Chickens. So the chickens were being thrown around, and I was using a 12-hour clock with an interpreter to say, throw the chicken to 8 o'clock, throw the chicken to 3:30. So I'd get them somehow or other to all look at me at the one time, and it's a moment. It's a precious picture. It's Siberian tigers are just so beautiful, and it's very unusual to get 8 of them in one image.
Yeah, no kidding. Do you get scared?
Well, I'm in a cage. There's
Still.
but there's a kind of deadly serenity to that image,
Yeah.
even though they'll have you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
There's a calmness to it as
Yeah.
well,
Oh, yeah.
and it was worth it. It was a very, very cold place to
Gorgeous. Okay, let's take a look at another one called Hello. And we can actually see, it's kind of hard to see from our point here, but you can actually see the reflection, your reflection, in the eyes of that polar bear in Alaska. Now, for me, that's way too close.
It was about 2 feet away. There is a period of
Really?
time in early September, late August, where the polar bears are almost in collaboration with the Inuits in this small community who are whalers. And our research led us to believe that it was the only place where I could get very close to a polar bear and be safe. And there was no cage, no protection. I just had an Inuit behind me with a spear saying, this one's okay, I know his parents.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's a lot of trust there. Let's take a look at the last of the big hunters here.
Well, that was taken in northeast Greenland only about 3 weeks ago. And they're actually on a polar bear hunt. It's the last big hunting, genuine, authentic hunting community in the world. And I had the great privilege of going out with them, again in very cold temperatures. And it's a visceral picture. There's a real sense of place, and luckily the wind's whipping the fresh snow from the sea ice up. So it's immersive. You feel almost like you're there. And there's a tendency for artists to love their recent work more than their work
Than your old stuff, huh?
But maybe it's the same with yourself. But I'm very fond of that picture.
Yeah, my favorite photo that you've done is the Circle of Life. Take a look at this one. It's this elephants here. Just sold for what, $55,000? That's a record for one of your limited edition prints.
That's right, yeah.
Nice, and that was for charity as well. Oh, how'd you get that one?
It's in a place called Amboseli on the border, the Kenyan-Tanzanian border. And it's where some of the big Tusker elephants are left in America. It's a wonderful arid ecosystem and very elemental. And we have to be careful in this planet. We're tenants on this planet, and our legacy isn't good at the moment. And it's very important that our children and our children's children get to see what I've seen.
Favorite animal, really quickly?
Elephant, probably.
Really?
So majestic.
Yeah, definitely. So it's Dallas Art Week, and so starting today through the weekend, your work's going to be on display. And this is your biggest exhibit to date, called Getting Close, which is a perfect name for it. And it's going to be at the Space on Oak Lawn. You've got a big celebration, I know, coming up tonight. And then on Friday, you're going to be presenting and speaking as well at the Jewel Hotel.
That's right, yeah.
Wow, so much. And you have a new book out that's coming out, too?
I have a new book, and I'm very flattered that His Royal Highness the Duke of Cambridge has written the foreword, Prince William's written the foreword, and all the proceeds for the book go back to conservation in Africa.
Love that.
It will be out in the fall, to use your expression, for the autumn.
There you go. Thank you so much for sharing your work. It is amazing. We're going to put a link to David Yarrow's website on our website, fox4news.com, with all the details on where you can see his work and see him as well. Coming up on Good Day, we're getting a taste of old-fashioned